Hello students, let's continue with our chapter.
Students, in the previous video, I told you about the opening and closing of stomata. The opening of stomata causes transpiration, and this transpiration causes a transpiration pull that pulls the water from roots to the leaves. Now, how this occurs? See, this is the stomata in the leaf, and it is surrounded by other cells of the leaf. Once the evaporation has taken place, this guard cell suffers from the water deficiency. When this suffers from water deficiency, it pulls the water from nearby cell, which in turn pulls the water from other cell. In this way, a constant pull is created from leaf to the root surface, and this pull is known as the transpiration pull. Now, water has two important properties, that is property of adhesion and cohesion, because of which the water rises in the xylem vessel. Now, this xylem is present like a continuous tube from the leaf to the root surface. Now, what happens at this root surface? At this root surface, these root hairs are in close proximity with the soil. Water enters these root hairs by the process of osmosis and root pressure, which is created because of the transpiration pull. Once this water is absorbed, it moves from one cell to the next and to the xylem vessels, and these xylem vessels are here. They are from root to leaf. In this way, this transpiration pull pulls the water from roots to the leaves. This transpiration pull is very strong. Now, you have seen tall eucalyptus trees. This transpiration pull can transport the water from roots to the leaves of the eucalyptus tree. Now, what are the forces which are responsible for the upward movement of this water and minerals? These are transpiration pull and the root pressure. Ascent of sap. The upward movement of water and minerals from the root to leaf in xylem tissue of the plant is known as ascent of sap. If in the exam it comes, how will you show the ascent of sap? You will draw a stomata and the root hair, and from there the xylem vessel is continuous. The water and the dissolved minerals move from the root hairs to the xylem, then through the xylem vessel to the leaf surface. Okay, now I'll show you another activity. In this, I have kept this twig in the colored water. You can see the orange colored water. And now compare a fresh leaf with this, a fresh flower with this. Now, can you see this orange color in the flower petals, which is not in this flower? This flower has shown the ascent of this water which I have kept. Now, in this there is no root. This is only a twig. Still the water has risen to the flower. So this movement of water is because of the transpiration pull of leaves only. Now, if I show you the cut section of this stem, I will cut this. You can see orange color in the outer zone, and you can see this central portion is colorless and there is orange color in all around. This shows that xylem vessels are present near the periphery of the stem. Is it clear to you? Okay. Now see the difference between the stem which I have kept in colored water and the fresh one. The fresh one lacks the orange color, whereas the stem which I have kept in colored water is showing orange coloration.
Colored water.
Now you can spot the difference between the two leaves. This was from the stem which was kept in colored solution, and this is from the fresh plant. Now these tiny parts show the presence of stomata. You can see each and every segment has developed color. Now this is because there is stomata, the number of stomata. You can see how many stomata are there in a single surface. Transportation can be of two types: passive transport and active transport. Passive transport is along the concentration gradient, that is from a higher concentration to lower concentration, and active transport is against the concentration gradient from lower to higher. It is the movement of water in osmosis. I have shown that water moves from a dilute to a concentrated solution. Now this movement is of the ions or the molecules across the membrane opposite to the direction of osmosis. It requires energy for completion. This energy comes from the energy of respiration, whereas the passive transport does not require any energy. Now coming to the factors affecting rate of transpiration. Transpiration can be compared to drying of the clothes. How easily the clothes dry, same is the case with transpiration. Humidity means the moisture content of the air. If the air is less humid than water, it means the air is dry, so rate of transpiration will be more, and if the humidity is high, the rate of transpiration will be low. Same temperature. If the temperature is high, the clothes dry up easily. Same is case with transpiration. Higher is the temperature, more is the rate of transpiration. Light. What is the effect of light? At night, the stomata are closed, so the water vaporizes less. In the daytime, the stomata are open and water vaporizes easily, so rate of transpiration is more in the daytime than at night. This is the reason why we water the plants during evening. Wind speed. Faster is the wind speed, more easily the water vapors near the surface of leaf will be taken away, and these water vapors will be replaced by fresh water vapors from transpiration. So higher is the wind speed, more is the rate of transpiration. Then number of stomata. Higher is the number of stomata, higher is transpiration. Leaf surface area. Larger is the leaf surface area, faster is transpiration, because the more is the area, more is the number of stomata on that leaf. Now what are the importance of transpiration? It helps in gaseous exchange. The carbon dioxide which is required during the process of photosynthesis is taken in, and oxygen that is produced during photosynthesis is given out through these stomata only during the process of transpiration. Cooling effect. When water molecules evaporizes, they take away extra heat. So this transpiration leads a cooling effect on the plant, like we feel cold. The heat or excess heat of our body is taken by perspiration. If they affect the absorption of mineral and water transport in the plants. Transpiration creates lower pressure and a pulling force that pulls up water and minerals. With this we finish up the transportation in plants. From the next session we will be starting with transportation in animals.
Book pages covered and in between questions will be uploaded on the school website. Thank you. Have a nice day.